social worker X. The judge said,
"The only question for me, in my opinion, is whether the identification of X might reasonably lead to the identification of A. In my view, it is at least a reasonable possibility that it would do so. For that reason, and effectively that reason alone, I am not prepared to allow disclosure."
At the same time, we were also investigating the allegation that child A's mother had left him with an inappropriate adult. The mother says she and her son were on holiday in England at the time.
The date that I allegedly left my child with an inappropriate individual was the night of the 17th of August. But we were actually on our summer holiday in Cornwall on that night, and the days before and the days after.
At the time she was supposed to have been taking her child to be looked after by the unsuitable adult, she had already been in St Ives for 2 days.
It was really busy, and we did have trouble finding somewhere to stay. The tourist information gave us the name of a place, which was a campsite about 2 miles outside of St Ives.
We took the mother back to Cornwall to retrace her steps. The boy is an actor. While she was in St Ives, she and her son went to a toy shop at exactly 7:15 in the evening. This was at the time her son was supposed to have been in Wales on the PlayStation. She bought 2 card games and other toys. We rang the shop owner.
My wife, being a journalist, was very much intrigued by the story behind the phone call. And in fact, we were very lucky after we were asked to find certain documentations. Our archiving system actually worked very well, and we were able to come up not only with the credit card receipt, but also the day sheet that explained exactly what product the person actually bought that evening.
The next morning at precisely 10:52, the mother drew money out of this cash point machine in St Ives. We've confirmed this from bank records. The holiday continued.
We went to the beach a lot. It was very hot. We went horse riding, shopping, visited restaurants, all the normal stuff people do when they're on holiday.
So, if child A was really in Cornwall, how did social workers come to believe he was in Wales?
A community support officer became aware that the inappropriate individual had been looking after somebody on the 18th of August 2005. That information was passed to my child's case manager.
This case manager was social worker X. The mother says the child who was being looked after had the same first name as child A. After some inquiries, social worker X decided that this boy was child A. The social worker did not investigate any further.
The other child's name was the same as my child's name. There was an immediate assumption it was my child.
We've spoken to the woman social services considered an unsuitable carer. She confirms that the boy she was looking after was not child A. Some professionals believe the closed system of the family courts in England and Wales can lead to a lack of scrutiny of the actions of social workers.
It's the same people every week. They get together, they know each other. They almost make decisions in the car park before they go in. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy. What we need is some really good, sharp shafts of light. I think I called an article that I wrote "To Let the Sun Shine In." I think that's what we should be looking for in this country.
The Assembly member who's taken up the case of child A and his mother agrees.
We're hearing evidence of people saying things that have not been proven, haven't had any evidence to back them up, and that is to the detriment of children in Wales and families in Wales, and that cannot be allowed to continue.
She's planning to take up the case in the Senedd.
That's something I'm sitting looking into, and we'll be raising it as a matter of minimum privately with the Minister, but hopefully publicly on the floor of the Assembly as well.
The mother of child A is convinced that she's been the victim of a miscarriage of justice. She's still trying to get full control of her son.
I have to do absolutely everything within my power to get my child back. I will never, ever give up. I'll always be fighting this until he comes home, and then I will probably continue to fight on behalf of others.
After the break, a story with a difference. The student who's making a name for himself in the school of hard knocks.